Recording in progress.
Welcome back to the Bravo Rundown. This is part 2 of a two-parter. So go back and listen to part 1 if you haven't, but we're going to dive into some more Bravo tea, and we're going to talk about Katie Janela's podcast because you've been listening to it.
Yeah, it's actually good. So she's with Jamie Rice, and Jamie Rice, if you guys don't follow her on TikTok, you should. She has a murderish podcast where she does like murder stuff. I don't do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then she does a lot of Bravo hot takes, and she lives somewhere around California, Southern California. So her and Katie became friends online, and so they started a podcast, which they're only doing Housewives recaps, which I think after the success of Two T's, Tamara was saying on Watch What Happens Live that they get over 100 million downloads, or they had that many over last month.
Yes,
like
I remember.
It's so successful. So I actually think it's kind of genius, like of Jamie to get Katie to do this podcast with her, because these housewives have background information that we don't know. Like Crystal Kung Minkoff and Cynthia Bailey's podcast, amazing.
Yeah.
So I've been listening, and they've been, going through the shows, and Katie gives background. Well, now it's time for OC to air. So she is talking about Housewives of OC. Mm-hmm. So when they had the premiere party, it was actually kind of sad. She talked about how she got really emotional that she wasn't there. Not so much that she wanted to film, but she still has these emotions of not being asked back. She is still very hurt, feels that she didn't do anything that the other ladies hadn't done, where she didn't get an invite back. So then they talked about recently, we haven't gone over this headline, but how Jen Pedranti posted on social media how her son was one of the kids that started a fire, right?
Yeah, wildfire in Orange County area.
And then talked about how, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, which I looked at, it wasn't a huge fire. I don't think it hurt, like nobody got injured, thank goodness. And I don't know if any property was, like a lot of property was damaged, but still it's a huge deal.
It's the potential of it leading to that. That's the thing, right? I mean, you guys are in California. I don't know outside of California people, or at least I shouldn't say people, I don't understand the severity of that because we don't have that problem here, right? In Texas.
It's crazy. Like I've been through some wildfires in Oregon and California, and it's just crazy. Just the littlest thing can just spread. You know what I mean? It was like a firework, and it was a little bit windy or whatever. And it's just, and then it's devastating. We've seen like complete people's towns demolished, and it's so sad, and it's just, and then you get into the bureaucracy of the insurance, and it's like all this, it's just not, it's terrible.
Our comparison is hurricanes, but nobody can start a hurricane.
Yeah,
true. That doesn't happen. But anyway, so it happened, and then Jen put it out there. She kind of jumped on top of it. Well, Katie was saying how it was the talk of the town in the neighborhood, like on their neighborhood Facebook pages. I mean, saying the kid's name, saying how bad it was. And then Katie went on to say which child it was out of all 4 of hers, goes on to talk a little more about that child, how someone she knows child is in the same class as that child, and started talking about things about that child in that class.
Oh.
Yeah, based on your response, do you think that's okay? Like, is that going a little too far?
Yeah, I mean, I love Katie, and I'm totally here for her, like her feelings about not being asked back. And I do think it was interesting that they invited her to BravoCon, but then they didn't ask her back, because I was like, why did you have her go to BravoCon then? And
was
then
OC airing during BravoCon?
I feel like it was already over. I can't remember.
Maybe there was potential. You know what? They were going to bring her best friend, that attorney something, Angie Martinez.
Yeah.
Is that her name? They were asking to get her to come back. So maybe there was thought of having her friend and her come back together, because then at the last minute they didn't invite Katie, so her friend dropped out.
Right.
So kind maybe of Crystal and Teddy.
Yeah, because I was just kind of like, that's weird that they even invited her to BravoCon. So they must have been thinking about her. I do, however, think that kids are off limits, and I don't like kids as storylines. I feel like we say this every week on this podcast. Like, I don't want kids on reality TV at all, because they're not making the decision for themselves.
Well,
it's their parent.
here's the thing, like it really started to make me question what moves Katie was making last season on OC because Jen was Katie's good friend. She'll say that
Yeah.
she said she is still hurt from last season from Jen, of all the people she's hurt the most by Jen because they were good friends. So she knows stuff about Katie. She probably knows stuff about those children. To then you're so upset for how you were treated. You go on a podcast and speak badly about the child. That's
Yeah.
nasty. That's going below the belt. Now, granted, Emily and Heather went below the belt also when they
Yes.
talked about Katie and her whatever the children
Yeah,
and
and
her
the
divorce. That was
custody
pretty
and
nasty too.
the divorce that was really terrible too. That
That
because
and
kids are off
they are.
limits.
So, but I think she felt that maybe gloves were off by them saying that. So then she came in the next season pretty below the belt. But now you're off the show. Don't talk about that on a podcast because
Yeah.
on the flip side, Tamra on her podcast, her and Teddy will do a headline episode, and Teddy brings that up on the headline episode, like the fires. And Tamra said, "So there it has been quite a lot of talk about this in my neighborhood. That is Jen's child. I'm not discussing it." And Teddy goes, "All right, we're not going to discuss it. Let's move on to the next topic." That's kind of how Katie should have handled it.
Yeah, I agree.
I just it just makes me question like how nasty did it get in that last season that they were so like the rest of the cast, when I say they, upset with Katie, or were they worried of what else she could pull out of the hat?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and we'll probably never know, but it does sound like there is a lot that Katie is pulling out of the hat and is continuing to pull out of the hat every week on her
Oh,
podcast.
it's so entertaining. That's the problem. It's so,
Oh,
and I'm saying like she shouldn't say that, but her podcast with Jamie is entertaining. Like she talks about the Valley. Well, she's good friends with Zach, and she gets together with Zach all the time. So she spills it all. It is an entertaining podcast. It really is.
well, let's talk about OC because we just had the second episode and we got to meet, like you were saying earlier, this new housewife, and Carmela is her name. And I agree. I really like this girl.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was just meeting someone new. So she was a Playboy playmate. Someone had said she lived in like, remember the bunnies next
Yeah,
door?
the bunny house.
The bunny house next door. Did they have a spinoff? I think I asked you this. There was the girls next door, and then
Yeah, I
or did they
feel
just
like
film
there
in
was
that
maybe
house?
like something they tried to do, but it didn't. It didn't play. Like I think
Okay.
it was maybe like a competition thing that was like short competition. Something I remember something vaguely about something
Okay.
like that, or something that Holly Madison talked about in her book because I did listen to her book. Ooh, you would like it if you are
Okay.
into the
Yeah,
Playboy
yeah.
Mansion.
I did.
And
I watched
finding
that.
out, but yes, like I watched The Girls Next Door. But if you
Yeah.
want to know kind of more of what was happening behind the scenes, listen. The audiobook is good, or you could read it. It's Holly Madison's book. It's something like, oh man, I should look it up right now, but it's about her time at the Playboy Mansion. And it was really interesting because before Girls Next Door, there was a time when she wasn't the main girlfriend and she was just one of the other girlfriends. And the crop of girlfriends that were there, they were not nice to her. Like it was
a big group, wasn't
yeah,
it?
and it was like they were mean and she felt it. Like her and Bridget were the new ones, and it was like it was very entertaining. It was interesting to hear about. Yeah, you might enjoy
Okay,
that.
I need to go check if the library has it.
But I really like. I don't. Maybe I was just. It's like something familiar, but she was even Playmate of the Year. So she was a
Yeah.
bunny, but then she was Playmate of the Year, which is a big deal in the Playboy sphere, right?
Yeah.
And then she married a football player, Jeff Garcia, and he was the quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers for a minute. So I was like, Jeff Garcia. I was like, it made me like double take. I
Wait,
was
you
like,
know who he
what?
was?
Yeah.
You knew about just from being from San Francisco
Yeah,
in
like
that area.
because my dad had season tickets, so we used to go to the games, and I don't
Oh,
remember.
nice.
Yeah, like my whole life growing up, we would always go to the games. I don't remember when he played, but I remember he played with the 49ers. He has red hair.
Yes, because
And
one
so
of the kids
had
has
red hair. I was like,
yeah.
oh my God. And I just thought it was interesting. I was like, Jeff Garcia got with a playmate. I was just like, everything was. And then I thought that it was so cool that her like her and him have such a good relationship.
Yes.
Then they live in San Diego and Orange County, and the kids can go wherever, and they're not officially divorced, and it's not you take the kids here, you take the kids then. And I thought it was rude of Vicky to be like,
Yes.
the kids, that's bad for the kids. Like, no, Vicky, just stay in your lane.
Yes. Well, and I wonder, like, have I evolved? Because when she spoke ill of like Gretchen, when she spoke badly of Meghan King, I was like, put them in their place. Like, they don't know what they're talking about. And then when she said that about Carmela, like, that's not, the kids need stability. I was like, Vicky, no, ma'am.
Yeah,
No.
I think they have it. I was like,
Yeah.
they have two parents that really care for them, plus the girlfriend of the dad and the boyfriend of the mom that I think care about them too, it seems.
Yeah, well, when she was also a WWE
Yes.
wrestler. Now, I only know WWE wrestlers from that E show, so I know
Me
the
too.
Bella Twins.
Total divas, right?
Yes, Total Divas. Never watched never watched wrestling.
No,
But Total
and
Divas,
then Bellas. The Bellas
Bella
had their
Twins.
own. Yes, I love
They
the
don't
Bella
go by that
Twins
anymore. Apparently,
Oh, yeah, okay.
they're the Garcia twins.
Nikki
Also
and
Garcia,
Brie.
Nikki and Brie. Follow them on Instagram.
Oh,
Love
yay.
them.
I love them
Have you
too.
tried their Bonita wine?
No,
I
where
haven't
do I
either.
get it?
I don't know.
I'll have
But
to make
they
a
live in
TikTok
Napa
about it.
Valley. They live in Napa Valley.
Oh, then it's going to be good wine.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to look
I
for
don't
it.
know. I should
It's
look
on
for
the
it too.
list.
It
I've
may not
tried
be in
the-
Target.
I've tried the Vanderpump wine. I have to say.
How is that?
The Vanderpump Rosé. It's really good.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, they go to that vineyard in one of the first seasons of the show. Oh, that's good. What's that price point?
Not very much. I think like 22.
Okay,
It's a little over
so it's like a
20.
Whispering
I got
Angel.
I got it at Total Wine, I think. I like or Bev, but like one of those. Like I went like 15 minutes, which is far for me to get that, and I got it for a video. And then it was really good. I got it again. I have to remember that. I was like, oh, Vanderpump. I've gotten Loverboy for a video before. I did a Loverboy versus Spritz, the one that Craig Conover's name
Okay,
is
and
on.
which was better?
And the Craig Conover Spritz was
I would think
better.
so. I mean, is that
And they have
owned
it at
by
Target too.
Is that owned by like a big mass-produced
think
company?
so.
Yeah. Like I think it's still Claudia Oshry, the girl with
Yeah,
my
I
job.
think so. Yeah.
But I think it's got to be, since it's mass marketed, it's got to be owned
Yeah,
by a
it's
big
at
company.
Target. You know what I
I
mean?
don't really like seltzers though, so
I know I can't do a
never.
seltzer anymore, so sorry.
The bubbles
Kyle.
are not great
I
on my
can't. Yeah, I'm
tummy.
like I can't do that, but I can do a dry rosé, and that was that Vanderpump
100%.
rosé. And then now need to try this. Sorry, we got on a tangent.
Wait, I was in Austin last week and it was like wine night in the hotel bar. And so I was like, oh,
Oh.
let me get a glass of rosé. And like it gets there and it's white. I was like, rosé never, I'm not a big drinker. I was like, rosé shouldn't be white. Like, I think this is a Riesling. Like, did I say? But I still drank it.
You're like,
And I had a great night
you're
of
like,
sleep.
Is it free? Okay.
No, it was like $8, but it was like 8 instead of 10 or
that
6
was
instead of 8.
so nice of you to not give it back. You're like, that's fine.
Like it's the hotel bar. The woman's like, her English wasn't the best. I was like, maybe she thought I said Riesling instead of rosé. I don't know. I drank it anyways.
That's fine. I like a dry Riesling too.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to talk to you about Vicky seeing Dawn because
Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up.
Oh my
because
gosh,
we have
okay.
to discuss that whole scene.
Yes, we do. Because first of all, when Vicky said she was in the desert and that's where Dawn lives, and I used to live in Palm Springs, and she goes, I saw him at the nest. And I was like, are you kidding me? Let me tell you about the nest. The
Yes.
nest is somewhere where it was notoriously known for years that it was for cougars. So it would always be a lot of like older rich women, and then like younger people would go too. And I think it has new ownership now, but I keep hearing about it. Like my boyfriend's sister went to the desert and she went to the nest, and then my friend is going and she's like, we're going to go to the nest. I'm like, everyone is going to the nest. And so then Vicky was there, and then I was like, well, I need to go there to see Vicky.
And Dawn,
and
apparently.
Dawn.
What's Dawn doing over there in the desert?
I know. So he lives in the desert now, it sounds
So
like.
I thought Dawn and Vicky occasionally talked. Like the kid, well, not the kids. Brianna has posted a picture before of her with Dawn. Like I love that Dawn still treats Brianna as his child, or
Yeah.
at least has a close relationship and wants to get to know those grandchildren. Vicky saying that she basically pushed her boyfriend Michael out of the way so she could go give a hug to Dawn.
I know.
That was absolutely amazing. Oh, like only Vicky.
Only Vicky.
Okay, so here's my question for you. Was Vicky wanting for fame and her chase for fame what led to her divorce. If she hadn't have filmed this show, do you think her and Don would have divorced?
Ooh, that's a good question. And probably not, honestly.
But would they have had a
Because
happy marriage?
I don't know, because I think that hindsight is 2020. So Vicky wasn't happy. Her love cup was empty. Right? So
Yeah.
there was something there. I don't think that you just cheat on someone because you're like, oh, this other guy is so hot.
Yeah.
Right? But
Something's wrong at
also,
home.
would Brooks have gone after Vicky if she wasn't famous?
Oh, or Steve Lodge, who she doesn't even acknowledge anymore.
Oh, yeah.
That's very true.
My
So
question,
it was that
yeah.
attention. Yeah.
Yeah, right. My question to you is, do you think that if Dawn was available now, like if she ran into him at the nest and she's like, I miss you, or, whatever, I hope you're well. And he was like, I miss you.
Yeah.
Let's get back together.
Well, the only
Would
problem
she go
is
for it?
you know how Vicky is with business and finance. She bought a home with her boyfriend Michael. So I don't know how she would feel. I mean, she wants to be back with Don.
Yeah.
She left him. She went and saw what was out in the dating pool and realized, oh, I really messed that up.
Yeah.
I really messed that up. Like I had something good and I ruined it.
I
But I think she
know.
said at one point that Don said he'd never get back together with her.
I think
I
you're
feel like
right.
she said that, right?
Yeah, but I wonder if that was back in the day. And like, is Don remarried? Does he have a girlfriend? Like, I want Don back on the
Yeah.
show. This is the storyline we want, Vicky.
We only have that Don parody account on Twitter. What's it called? Like Don
Oh,
It's like Don
yes.
Gunvalson or something, some sort of Bravo account on Twitter, and it's not actually Don.
No,
I don't
it's
know who
not.
knows about his fame in the Bravo world.
Don, we want you back.
She would want to be with him, but
She
I
would.
don't. And it was at the time, I remember her saying when Tamara was going through her divorce and was, feeling free and everything, Vicky said at one point, like, I wish I were going through a divorce. You know how she does her little, I
Oh,
wish I was
yeah.
going through a divorce and I was free. I was like, oh, Vicky. I think she thought it was going to be all fun. Tamara's all divorced and
Yeah.
she's dating, and then reality hit and I was like, oh, I gotta fix the sprinklers by myself. I gotta call
Oh,
someone to like
yeah.
mow the lawn now. Like I gotta do all that kind of stuff. And maybe she's meeting men that don't do those things. And Don was old school,
Yeah.
like came
Yeah.
from humble beginnings. So he's out there fixing things, and maybe there's like some of that she also like things just being taken care of and she never had to worry about it.
Yeah. And what the new boyfriend is his name Michael?
He's Michael, just like her son.
Okay, I like him too. I gotta say,
He seems quiet, kind of like
seems,
Dawn.
yeah, and he seems like, I don't know, like we haven't even like met him on the show yet, but just when I've seen him kind of around, on social media and stuff, he just seems like a good guy,
Normal.
like yeah, like a normal nice guy. So I'm hoping that that's the case, and we get to learn that this season. Can we talk about Shamia and Portia's big fight?
Oh my gosh. This is a generational familial fight.
Yes, it is. It keeps happening.
Like this is what I feel like Next Gen NYC. It's like the Housewives fought and like what's going to happen with Ariana and Riley Burris. It's the same concept going
Yes.
on with Shamia and
Yes.
Portia. Which if your mothers are fighting, how can you stay friends with someone?
Yeah, I mean, if your mom is telling you that your best friend's mom did all this crap, you
Okay, so
yeah.
Shamia comes to the table and asks. People are saying she starts it. I really can't come up with a decision on if this was appropriate to say or not. But Portia, why do you? Dennis said you won't allow Pilar to come
Pilar.
to my house.
Yeah.
Do you not trust her in my house? Is that an offensive comment? I guess if I'm in a group of people, actually it is, because if I'm in a group of people and someone confronts me in a group of people with
Mm-hmm.
cameras, how come you don't send your kid over to my house? Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be that I wouldn't know
And
what
that's
to
not
say.
just someone. This is your best friend
Yeah.
for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And now they're calling you out on national TV in front of the whole cast. Why don't you let your daughter come over to my house?
Well, and what's Dennis doing telling Shamia, Portia won't let me bring Pilar to your house. So
Dennis
Dennis
is
is a problem.
messy.
Yeah. What's he doing concerts or whatever tours
Oh,
with
yeah,
Drew
with
over
Drew.
there?
I know. that
But
was,
so Shamia started it with that.
and then it kept going because then they bring up the moms, and it's never good to bring up the moms, right?
Oh, but it was nasty with the
It
moms.
was
I mean, it was the
nasty.
daycare. Your mom bought my mom's daycare, but it was, well, your mom tried to sleep with
My
my dad,
dad. Yeah.
and then, well, your mom's been sleeping with all your dad's brothers. Like,
Yeah. It escalated quickly. And
yeah.
then you sent me, so then, the episode ended and Shamia was crying. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I'm wondering, Shamia is not first chair after this big fight
I know.
on the trip to Scotland. I'm like, this is first chair behavior.
Oh, big
Meanwhile,
time.
Kay is first chair. I'm like, this doesn't make sense.
Did she even talk
No,
on this trip? Have we seen
Shamia
her?
isn't even second chair. It's
Yeah,
Kelly. She's
that's
third chair. We've been talking about her all season long. Then you sent me the tweet that Portia put out where she was like, you want to talk about my mom? I can't believe people are talking about my mom and my daughter in a negative way. Let's talk about you. And then she said that Shamia has a roster that she hooked up with a pastor and there was another person that she hooked up with. Whoa.
it's not good. It's not like
It's not
I
good.
don't find it entertaining when you're making allegations of people having slept with other people. I don't know. I just don't find that entertaining.
Hmm.
Like fight about the bow on eating the bow on the cake. Like
Yeah.
just the benign things, but she's a married one with children. And now you're throwing out those cards when those children can now hear it. I mean, granted, there's also the argument you chose to be on reality TV, and this is what happens when you're on reality TV, and you're a mother with children, and you chose to be on, this is what's going to happen.
And
There is that argument.
don't ever go on Housewives or reality TV with your best friend because you're not going to be friends anymore. And this
Well,
person knows all the dirt on you. So when I saw that tweet, I thought this stuff is true.
I think it's probably all true.
And
Uh,
yeah, I think
I,
so.
I,
I think
I
so
think
too. I
I
was
think
like,
it's all
oh, this is
true.
true. Shamia does have a roster. Angela was right. Maybe she
Yeah,
didn't sleep with George, but
I
she's
hope
got a
not with
roster.
George. I sure hope not. We can do better, Shamia. We can do better. Angela, get those allegations a little better.
Yeah,
And also just the fact that she seems so disjointed with her husband, or he doesn't want to
I
film. So it also
know.
makes it seem a little more obvious
Yeah,
as it
I know. And
goes.
he does seem like a nice guy, but it also seems like their priorities are very different because it does seem like Shamia wants to be a star no matter what. She wants
Yes.
housewives, she wants to be an actress, she wants to be a singer. She wants the limelight, right? And he doesn't want any of that, which is totally fine. But now he's saying he doesn't want her to be in acting scenes making out with guys. So then there's like parameters on her being a star. And then he doesn't want to be on this show. It's so obvious.
Yeah.
But she,
She said it. So I listened to a little bit of the
oh,
Carlos King interview Shamia had. It was really, really long. So I didn't listen. And it was really meant to be watched. It was a podcast. I listened to it as a
oh, okay.
podcast, but the way they were speaking, it was meant to be a video because they were touring Shamia's house. So that's why I turned it off.
Oh,
But what
okay.
Shamia said, and there was a video of I forgot her name, famous Atlanta housewife.
Candy,
No, 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 no. Miss
Nene,
America. Miss America.
Kenya.
Kenya. So Kenya's saying what Shamia also said on Carlos King's
Yes.
podcast, both of them saying that Portia didn't want Shamia to be a housewife. She
Mm-hmm.
was fine as a friend of, and that Portia even said to Shamia, why are you doing something along these lines? Not exactly this, but basically, why are you doing this? This is my thing. You
Mm-hmm.
have your thing. You work in the NBA. You have your singing. This is my thing. Like, I don't want you here. And Shamia claims that was the problem that started it all. So, but then it's the mentality of did Portia express, why are you doing this? This is going to screw up our relationship if you're in equal footing with me on this show. Or was it Portia saying that because this is Portia's show? She wears the queen on this, she wears the crown on this
Mm-hmm.
show,
Mm-hmm.
and she doesn't want her to take her spotlight. That's the question.
No, that is the question. And then the other question is Shamia third chair because she's not coming back? Because that's what some people are speculating. because Portia doesn't want you to come back.
Well, I'm wondering how much leverage K. Michelle and Portia have that she has third seat, because K. Michelle really should have third seat. And I think I said this theory before that I bet K. Michelle had it in her contract.
Yeah.
Look, I'll come do your reality show over there, but you better get me first seat at the reunion, because she did not do much. But also, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, in the last couple shows, the first seat person at the reunion has not been somebody that's been so talked about on the show. Yes, Summer House. Yes, that was different. But what are some other shows? I feel like we have gone through this with some other shows, shocked by who had first seat. Was it
Rhode Island had Liz and Alicia first chair.
Right. We were shocked by Rula's spot.
Oh yeah, we were.
What was Salt Lake City?
I was trying to remember that.
Even
Like,
OC, the last season of OC, Jen Pedranti had a first seat. And we're all like, why does Jen?
Yeah, you're right.
I feel like Salt Lake Salt Lake was Lisa Barlow and
and
Angie
then
K. And Angie K had a first seat, which was kind of surprising. Like, why on the other side?
Oh, yeah.
I think it was Angie as the first seat. Was it Heather Gay? I don't know, but I feel like I remember the Jen Pedranti for sure, and I remember thinking they're trying to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So maybe it doesn't, but I'm still convinced that K. Michelle's like, I gotta be first seat.
I agree too, because she's a huge star. Like, she really is. You know what I mean? Not in the Bravo sphere. I mean, she is now, but I'm saying in the other spheres, she's already a big star. So I could see that being in her contract. But like, we've been talking about Shamia all season long.
But would Portia also, like, does Portia have enough clout to be like, there's no way you can put her
That's
across?
what I'm
from me.
wondering.
This is going to get physical if you do that. We did it last season. It's worse now. She can't be there. And they love Portia. I would imagine that.
Yeah,
if she
Portia's
sets a
their
boundary,
number one, I think.
Yeah.
Their number one peach right now. And she's just so good. She's quintessential housewives. Like, I love watching Portia, and she knows how to do it too. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel performative with her. It never feels right. Like, I'm just like, oh, I'm just enjoying my time with Portia.
Yeah. Yeah. I would imagine her and K. Michelle just have the clout. And then also Cynthia, well, it came first from Claudia Jordan on Carlos King's podcast, where she said someone on the right side of the couch is pregnant. And then she was about to say more, and Carlos did not want to reveal it. I don't know if it was legally or he was just trying to be respectful for the person, but he was like, no, don't say it, don't say it. And Claudia finally said, I'm going to listen to my boss. I'm not going to say anything more. Then Cynthia Bailey on her podcast said, someone announces their pregnancy at the reunion. So how do we talk about this without body shaming or making pregnancy claims? I'm just going to say that when Pinky was on Watch What Happens Live, she wore a dress that was kind of, is it called an umpire waist or an empire waist?
Like a higher,
Yes. Empire. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. An empire. I don't know why I call it umpire. No, I don't listen to me. Words are hard.
Then that could be it, you know?
Because both K. Michelle and Shamia are having troubles having another child. Shamia is looking at a surrogate. K. Michelle was going through IVF. So I wouldn't want to speculate of either of those two being pregnant until they come out flat out saying that they are. Because that's just cruel to say that. Yeah, you know?
I agree. So we found out somebody's pregnant, and we'll find out who they are. You know who else is pregnant? The whole cast over on In the City.
Oh my gosh. Which
they're all
means
pregnant except for Amanda. Okay, except for Amanda.
Well,
maybe
pickles and ice cream, dresses and whatever.
Yeah, we don't know.
But what that means is that if they've all delivered by the fall, it's going to be the valley. It's going to be postpartum depression. It's going to be breastfeeding. It's going to be poopy diapers.
Yeah.
But it's going to be in Manhattan. Do they have like diaper service and formula service where things get delivered to their front?
I mean, if you have enough money, the doorman downstairs.
The doorman, yes. Here's our poopy diapers. Go ahead, and however you're gonna throw it away.
I wonder what that show is gonna look like if it gets a second season, because I'm still not. I'm still not convinced it's going to. No, I don't know. I'm just not. We saw the reunion trailer.
Oh yeah, in the city, in the clubhouse.
In the city. Yeah, it's in the clubhouse. Rightfully so. I'm sorry. And the fashion it's a little rough.
It was all disjointed. What was with Yvonne's hair? Yvonne's hair really stuck out for me. Yvonne's a cute girl.
And Yvonne was wearing a color, like, she's pregnant and she looks beautiful, but like she's wearing this color that looked like puke.
Is it cream?
No. Puke. No, it literally looks like puke. It's that like.
I'll have to look at it. It wasn't lettuce?
No, it was could have been like brown lettuce that's dyed.
Like
It
what
looked
color?
like-
What did we eat for this puke to be this color? Right? Is it puke dependent on what you've eaten?
It's like that pukey yellow green color. Sorry.
Oh, bird poop.
Yeah.
I like Danielle's dress.
Me too.
I did like
I
hers.
like Danielle's dress
I didn't like
as
her
well.
hair, but I love a cold shoulder. I wish that would come back in fashion. Lou from Roni was the queen of a cold shoulder.
Oh yeah, she was.
And the VPR girls used to wear a lot of those cold
Yes.
shoulder dresses. I want
Yes.
that to come back in fashion. Anyways.
It will. Just wait. It will.
I know.
Everything comes back around.
I'm trying to think of everyone else. So Amanda was like,
It was
awkward
like
smile was
lace,
back.
Lace.
Yes, her
white.
outfit, whatever that was.
Yeah. Oh yeah, her awkward smile is back.
But the awkward smile was back.
I'm not that excited about this reunion.
Because she's not going to take accountability for anything. But Kenny and Whitney were on Watch What Happens Live
Yes,
after.
they were.
In
Oh,
the
I watched
city.
it because you told me to.
Oh, what did you think? Tell me what
I
you
was
thought.
watching because you told me to, so I was like, okay, let me see.
Oh no, you were looking. Yeah,
I think that
I
I liked.
oversold
I
it.
thought that I really liked Kenny on there. I thought
yeah,
he was
I have
really.
nothing for Kenny and Whitney.
I thought they were great. I think
Yes.
Andy was just
Andy
having
was
a bad
off.
day.
Okay, right?
Yeah, I was like,
do you
I've
not
had those
like
shows
that?
before where you're like, oh, like I
Like, he
felt
did
like he
not
was
wanna
just
be
kind
there.
of like phoning it in. Yeah, he was like,
He can be a grumpy puss.
Yeah.
I listen to his radio show pretty regularly, and sometimes he walks in and he needs John Hill is his radio partner. He needs John to put him in his place. If John's not there, he takes that bad mood and runs with it instead of John calling him a big baby. And he was like when Kenny and Whitney were talking about what was the Pasha something
Oh yeah, they
wedding
did like
ceremony.
yeah, in Peru they did like a wedding ceremony, or they didn't know what it was. Pasha Mama, wait, that's a coffee.
I liked the word.
Yeah, like it was Pasha Mama.
Pasha Mama, something like that.
We have
I
a
think I like
coffee
that word.
that called that here.
It could be the same thing.
It could be. I
could
think
be.
it's probably from Peru.
And I was gonna say the coffee beans from Peru.
Yeah.
But Andy just seemed like, well, obviously you're not married then. Did you go to the courthouse?
Oh, yeah,
or
it
something
was like,
that?
you're not married.
That's
I
what I
was
was like, Andy. Okay, poor little Ben Cohen and little what's her name? Lucy Cohen. Is this
Yeah.
what grumpy dad is like? And then Gavin had the big spoon. Reminded me of what's his name with the clocks that used to wear the clocks.
Oh, Flavor Flav.
Yeah. He had the
Flavor
big
of love.
Yes.
But yes,
then-
he had a spoon on a necklace, and he was like,
Stirring the
Yeah, I'm
pot.
stirring
And
the
then
pot.
Andy, if people were saying Andy had a little thing for Gavin, and then someone posted Gavin, no, Teddy Mellencamp said this on a podcast. Gavin is in love with Kenny. I'm like,
oh, that's why he's upset.
uh-huh. Remember he cried in that scene when he's talking to Kenny, and like that's why he doesn't like Whitney. And I was like, oh, we haven't seen any kind of romantic relationship with Gavin either. Okay, I got to be careful here. I don't know. I don't know. That's just what
Allegedly,
people-
we don't know. We don't
That's
know.
what people put on social media. That's
Tell me about the thing that you can't stop thinking about from this week.
Did I write down in the
Riley.
city? Riley Burrs. Okay, so on this week's episode, I also made you watch that.
I did. I watched Next
Forcing you to
Gen.
watch things on Next Gen. So at the beginning of the episode, we see a drunk Riley. Something about Georgia activates her. So she's mad at Georgia, accuses her of her ketamine usage. She doesn't have
Yeah.
money for a Birkin. She was just drunk. She picks up a
Yeah.
glass. I don't think she was ever going to actually throw that glass. But then the next day, it goes on social media. Riley Burrs almost throws a glass at Georgia. Ariana was trying to be a good friend and trying to sober up Riley.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
not getting involved with her and Georgia, just kind of trying to be like, let's get you some pizza. Let's get you water. Even Gio's like, let's get water. And Georgia didn't seem to really be doing much, but reacting to whatever Riley was saying. And I think when Georgia saw the way Riley was behaving, she needed to just to protect herself, like not engage, turn to
Yeah.
the side, say something else. So just drunk young kids, right? Like that's what happens. The end of the episode is what confused me when Riley is talking to Ariana and she's trying to express to herself. She takes accountability. Like I shouldn't have done that. Riley talks to her mom. I shouldn't have done that. But when she's talking to Ariana, she takes accountability, but said, I needed more from you.
Oh, yes.
And Ariana didn't understand, well, what more should I do? And this is the part that I don't understand. Because Ariana's like, I'm giving you water, I'm giving you food. But Riley's saying like, that's not what I needed then. I needed you to not have letting it get that far. The problem is that me and the audience, were Ariana, well, what got it that far? Because we did not see any antagonizing. Was something edited out that we didn't see? Does just something about Georgia, something that she did in the past, still trigger her today? I don't know. How did you see it? What like?
Yeah, at first I was like, whoa, what is going on? And then I was like, why is she getting so upset at Ariana when Ariana did seem like she was trying to be a good friend and sober her up or like get her out of the situation. But then I watched, somebody else saying that she's young. She's like 20, 21. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully 21 because she was drinking.
No,
But
she graduated NYU, so she's 22, 23.
okay, yeah. So like she's so young and then I was just thinking about like back in the day when I was that age and I've been drunk. Not that I've gotten in fights, but I know I've done dumb stuff when I was
Yeah.
drunk, right? And I was like, okay, I'm going to give her some grace because that must be tough to be on TV and so young and getting a lot of backlash. And of course, you're going to make mistakes too. And I'm not sure what she was asking for in that moment from Ariana.
But I guess there's also the argument, though, is you're putting yourself on reality TV. The scrutiny of how you behave, whether you're drunk, you're not drunk, is going to be there. It just is, right?
Yeah.
Like, regardless who's there. I'm just more curious, what is it that happened that, like, what did she see or what did we not see that she needed Ariana to get involved? Like, I was kind of sensing that she wanted Ariana to stop Georgia. What was it that Georgia was doing that we didn't see?
Yeah, and you know what? It could have been edited out. I didn't really see Georgia doing anything, but maybe it was just Georgia's presence and her
That's what I
energy,
wondered because she is obnoxious. You know, when there is somebody like a coworker
Yeah.
that just annoys you and then you're
Yes.
drinking and everything they've ever done has just irked you. So I've been in situations where that, like, I've just kind of come across, I know, like, if I look back and think about it now, I was such a bitch to that person. And in that moment, they hadn't done anything, but I'm thinking about every other thing
Yes,
that they had done
everything
to me.
else has compounded. And
Yes.
so then they say one thing that's not even that bad, but you're just at that 10 level
Yes.
already. And it's the straw that breaks the camel's back. And you're just like, no. Like,
Yeah.
I could
Especially if
definitely
she's
get there
not
too.
expressed things that she has felt to her.
Yeah.
Right? And you've just kept it in, then suddenly something that they do is not bad, but you look like the bad person when actually you have a track sheet of every single thing that has made them a bad person.
Yeah. True. So
It has
true.
to be something like that. It has to be.
Okay, my favorite thing of the week, or the thing I can't stop thinking about, is that this has not happened before. I don't know if it's ever happened, but on Orange County, Shannon Storms Bedore. There's the door, Shannon Bedore. She likes Carmela, meaning she likes the new person, and Shannon never likes the new people. So I was like, wait, what? Shannon is buddying up with this new person? And I was just like, wow, look at this friendship. And Carmela likes Shannon. So it's kind of cool to see this newfound friendship.
Does Shannon really like Carmela? Does Carmela really like
or
Shannon?
does Shannon just want an alliance with her side so that Tamra doesn't get her?
100%. Shannon needs people on her. Does Carmela look like someone Shannon's going to be friends with?
She did say, what did Shannon said? Like something about she's spicy or something, like because she's like, I was nude in a magazine and Shannon was like, oh, okay.
She was friends with Katie at the beginning of last season.
That's true because she needs people against Tamra. That's true. Okay, wait,
Correct.
we are going to end the pod. But first, we're going to do rapid fire. And it's about Stassi because Stassi has a new show starting House of Stassi, and we're going to cover it. So
Yes.
this is going to be just a few questions. Would
Okay.
you rather?
Okay.
Would you rather be trapped in SUR for 24 hours or on a Housewives cast trip?
I think I'm going on a cast trip.
What about
What am I gonna hang out with Peter?
Cartagena?
Oh, Cartagena was bad. And then that lettuce diarrhea situation at the end. You know what? Yeah, I don't want that diarrhea situation where I'm wearing a diaper on the plane home. So I'll stay in Sir. I don't really eat goat cheese balls, but I don't know.
Serve for
Cosmopolitan.
24 hours. Pumptini. Would you rather have Lisa
Wait,
Vander?
what's yours? Wait.
Oh.
What are you
Yeah,
doing?
compared to Cartagena, no, the 24 hours at Sur, I guess.
Okay.
But if we were gonna, okay, what about like Beverly Hills cast trip to Dubai or the
Oh, that
Sur for
would be so,
24
yes.
hours?
See, Dubai,
Dubai,
Provence, or
yes.
what about the Valleys, Mexico trip?
Sur for
Sure.
24 hours. Would you rather have Lisa Vanderpump judge your home decor or your wardrobe?
Well, just for the giggles. I mean, they're both going to be equally bad, so it's
Yeah.
irrelevant.
Yeah.
Here are my Target V-neck shirts that I love.
So wardrobe,
I guess I'll go wardrobe.
I would go with wardrobe too because I feel like if I had to roast my home decor, it would make me feel more upset. You know, I would be more sad. I'd be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I know, Lisa, okay, can't afford the stuff that you have. Would you rather host a murder mystery with Kristen or a wine tasting with Katie?
Tasting with Katie,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Witches of
same.
WeHo.
Exactly. Yes.
Have you tried that?
No, I haven't tried
Is that
one.
still around?
I don't think so. We'll have to try to get
I
it.
thought they had a little comeback. Maybe it was like a
I
capsule.
thought so too, a limited edition during like Scandival.
Yes. That Stassi was not a part of. So two witches from WeHo.
Yeah, two witches, not three. Would you never wear black again or never drink ranch dressing again?
Ew, I don't drink ranch dressing. I don't eat ranch dressing. I don't like ranch. So that's easy. Ew.
Same.
Ew.
I know.
You're more vegan than I am, but well, I don't. Ugh,
No,
the thought of
ranch
that.
dressing. That was a Stassi specific question.
It was. She loves it. Does she still eat ranch?
But I don't know.
all
I hope
her,
we find
random,
out.
Her Stassiisms, like her goat cheese ball, her ranch obsession.
I know. Her
She was
Pinot Grigio.
unhinged. I talk about her old podcast days. Like those were the best podcasts. She would just rant on for an hour. Sometimes I don't know what she was on when she'd do it, but it was such great entertainment.
I love that. Well, we want to thank you for being here and follow us, the Bravo Rundown. We're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, and we're on YouTube. Follow us. You'll see our videos, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.